Hello everyone, Richard here. I'm going to show you a replay of Narvik that shall cement me in the Panzer Corps Hall of Fame for all time. You're about to see the most badass scenario ever shown ever in a Panzer Corps scenario. Some of these things I'm going to show you are so ridiculous it's going to make you faint. What I love about what I'm about to show you is that you don't really need reloads. There's a couple of spots I reloaded, but strictly speaking, you don't have to. And you can easily improve upon what I did. So, some overview of how to handle Narvik. So the difficult part of Narvik is that the Navy is insanely overpowered. So I come with a very air-heavy approach to the map. So the first objective in this scenario is to control the air, and I will show you a way that will almost always wipe out both fighters after 2 turns, and you'll have a really good chance of taking out the 3rd plane on turn 3. So you'll completely control the air by turn 3. And then I'm going to show you how you corral the ships and maximize destruction. And I actually think there's going to be some spots I easily could have improved upon. And then I'm going to show you how you wipe the map. And what I really like about it is that it's a slow burn, and then it accelerates at the end. And I can tell you I probably spent 60 to 70 hours playtesting this scenario and constantly running into issues, and I've had to constantly completely revamp my strategic understanding of the position. And then I stumbled across an unexpectedly passive idea that worked, and I actually think there's some more improvements upon my idea. So the big picture you need to realize is that these guys flood this way, and I'm going to have a couple of ships blocking these 3 ships from activating, and then 3 other ships are going to jam in here, and then the capital ship is going to block the pathway as well. They're all going to sneak around this way to block the massive number of ships coming in. These 4 ships are going to funnel down this way and snipe as many things as possible, and then I'm going to sacrifice my submarine and my destroyer just to distract the enemy. It's very, very important that you delay for as long as possible all of the ships getting to you. This buys you time to do level bombing. I have, you can't see it, but I have 3 level bombers. They are max overstrength 2-star level bombers. I have Helmet Lent. He's 2 stars, and he's overstrengthened. And I'm going to use Helmet Lent to harass the submarine. So you're going to level bomb the capital ships. You're going to use your capital ships to destroy the destroyers, and then Helmet Lent is going to take out the submarine. And then, if you have the opportunity, you'll take some pot shots with your weaker units. And my fighters might even show up from time to time. And then, okay, so there's that component. You'll see that. Then, the trick to this scenario, and it took me a very, very long time to figure this out. You need to preserve these units for a while. So the first thing I do is I stick this unit here, which is out of vision range, and then I stick this unit here, which is out of vision range. So then I can resupply them. These 2 could be resupplied. They're out of vision range. Then they're going to snake around and park in this region. Or, yeah, I think they're going to be in this region, and then I'm going to go in later. This part of my plan is a little weak. It did work out with, I think I had 1 reload. Maybe I had 1 reload. And then these guys are all going to cause chaos. There's another component to my plan. Okay, so there's that. I have also got 3 paratroopers. All of them are 1 star. And 1 paratrooper is going to land here. The other 2 are going to come over here and land, and there's going to be a massive wall of infantry. And the plan is to assault. You're going to take this out. Then you're going to pull out one of the mountain troops to attack you. and then you're going to wipe it out with your wall of infantry, and then you're going to wait for artillery to come bring you support, and then you're going to assault this location really aggressively. So I have a small force here, and I need to pull out this mountain troop and attack. I need to pull it out so it attacks me. And I use my 7-1 gun to make that happen. So I pull it out, then I destroy that unit, and I'm pounding away on this guy. This is a garrison unit who does not replenish. After the road is clear, 2 of my artillery pieces rush up the road, and they're going to provide support to assault this location. So I'm going to have a paratrooper, a tank, a 7-1 gun, and an artillery piece, and those guys are going to lock into this location. We take out the anti-aircraft gun, and then we pound this for as long as we need to. There will be reinforcements in this area, but it's okay because it gives these units something to do. So I'm getting kills and experience while helping myself get a decisive victory. So that's fine. And these 2 artillery pieces, once I get the 2 artillery set up, then it's mass surrender heaven. But I need to be very careful about it. They don't purchase the 2nd artillery piece right away. So there's going to come a point where I'm going to go in and I'm going to beat the hell out of an artillery piece, cripple it, and then I'm going to try to finish it off next turn. And then they'll eventually buy another artillery gun, but because it's going to be out of place, it's going to be easy to deal with because it's not going to be in this mountainous region. So after you take out the artillery piece, this stuff starts to fall systematically. Meanwhile, I will have, I think, Kesha, Helmet Lent, a scout, 2 artillery pieces, and my 88 gun, who is at 2 stars and has overstrength. So this group is going to set a fighter trap with an 88 gun behind a tank and a fighter. I will take out the anti-aircraft gun. Next turn, the goal will be, I think Ola Deer goes here, my tank goes here, and my scout goes here. And the goal is to force a surrender on turn 2 on this location, which is possible. My scout will probably take some damage. In fact, because of the poor suppression in this particular playthrough, I had to bring these ships back to attack this location, which screwed up my defensive plan. But I kept going, and it all worked out. So after you force a surrender here, the artillery piece moves in. You'll also take a shot with your tank to weaken it. And then you're going to force a surrender in turn 3 on this guy, and then you're going to slowly work on the mountain unit. So by turn 4 or 5, this is wiped out. Then you're going to try to... You have 3 more units you have to wipe out. I think one of them activates. This is a garrison unit, so I don't think it reinforces. So you keep pounding that. I did something that activated this unit out of the trenches or out of the forest, which is very helpful. So you're going to have a lot of action at this point. You're going to have artillery, and you're going to have Ola Deer wrecking things, and a tank. You're going to beat this back, and then you're going to beat this back, and then in the final turns, you're going to rush over here and attack this location, causing maximum chaos. And then hopefully at that point this is fallen, and then you're going to close hard on to block these hexes, so reinforcements are hard to produce, and you're going to have an artillery piece backing up a paratrooper here. And that's where it gets a little hairy, but I didn't have to reload. You'll see that. So let's let it rumble. You'll see my placement. There's some flexibility with the placement. Oh no. Crap, 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 crap. No, don't do this. Don't do this. So I have a very exact plan. I can't move out my level bombers yet. So that's the first fighter trap. You can sometimes wipe out the plane. Ah! Please stop. This is the second fighter trap. I positioned a fighter precisely where the other fighter would move. I also made sure my 7-1 gun moved over and hit it. Then you can gang up on this guy. So both fighters are taken out. I use the denier to drain ammo on the artillery piece. Hit it with the tank so it's weaker. Then I hit that with a Heinkel. The Heinkel missed, that's why I had to use these ships. If the Heinkel hadn't missed, then my plan would have been even better. But instead I had to drain this of ammo. So that way my scout has a chance to force it to surrender. That actually went really well. So the submarine spots a ship. I'm going to kill it. So there's a second ship I can work on. Also, the submarine spots a capital ship, which is great. I'm also sending my paratroopers over. That's a garrison unit, so all the damage you do to it's permanent. So already on turn 2, the garrison unit's about to go down. These ships will not activate if they can't see me. So that's a small improvement. If the Heinkel hits there, you don't have to activate those ships to attack. That was bad luck. So even with bad luck, I still achieved great things. I hit the capital ship. I found another capital ship. I hit that one. So on turn 3, by turn 3, the Air Force is wiped out. I attacked with helmet length so I could de-entrench the artillery piece and force a surrender. This is max efficiency. Then I'm setting a trap that I don't think worked. So they could attack the 88, but that's double artillery. That's a garrison unit that doesn't activate. So I set another trap. There's the 7-1. I'm hitting those capital ships. They have to go down. Hit those capital ships hard. I got lucky, they missed. They'll probably miss about twice on average. It's very, very important to distract. Oh, I got lucky. They they missed 3 times. I got lucky here, but I don't think that you need to have a rugged defense. So I'm going to keep hitting those capital ships. Use the Junker. The Junker's the best for taking out ships. So here I'm using small ships to finish off weakened destroyers. I couldn't find the 3rd capital ship, so I just finished off a boat. Now I'm going to kill that mountain troop on turn 4. That's really good. So I'm denying a lot of vision. So already I'm rushing... I plan on using that road. This was a safe attack because it was only entrenched at 2. So already one of their units is gone. I didn't have to reload here. So I've wiped out 2 infantry units. I'm still waiting for the submarine to show up. And I'm going to begin de-entrenching the other unit. My fighters need something to do. And then I got really unlucky. So I've delayed these destroyers long enough that I can start... Oh yeah, there was another trap. You can use your capital ships to trap things. And now I've discovered where the submarine is. By the way, I've only reloaded once, and that was on turn 1. Because one of my fighters took a lot of damage, which is very unusual. But you can have some very bad rolls on turn 1. So far I've only reloaded once. And here comes my artillery. I think 2 capital ships have been taken out by turn 5. That's really good. I've blinded them again, so there's another ambush. Now I'm blocking them from buying any more units. I took a hit from the artillery. But I had a really lucky roll on the next attack, so I didn't reload. Then I took a bad hit from a destroyer. That was unfortunate. So these unexpected encounters are helping me. They're helping me neutralize the British advantage in the sea. Now they're jammed up exactly where I want them. So I got really lucky there. They're attacking me because they want to buy units around, but I'm not letting them. So on turn 6, I move in. The way you can improve, since that mountain unit came in, uh, this paratrooper could have helped destroy that artillery. So now I need to work on the anti-aircraft gun. So, yep, there's my defensive line. I have mass attack bonus, so it's really safe to attack here. So another unit goes down. And I got to surrender. So because I'm sneaking around in the back, I can start sniping things. So that's the final capital ship. And the submarine is useless now. So now I have to work on these guys. And I'm always attacking the highest strength one. So they're losing ships rapidly. They're attacking my auxiliary units. So once again, the AI is really confused and is constantly attacking. Oh, that's what happened. I pulled them out of the forest with the ship. That worked out really well. The mountain unit went down. They didn't reinforce the gun for some reason. And then the paratrooper's hiding and it sneaks up and hits the artillery piece. And that's it for the submarine. The capital ship is no longer dangerous. Yeah, the Air Force is kicking ass right now. So this is inviting the unit to move in. I can force a surrender there next turn. I got really lucky here. I didn't have to reload for that. I took a hit here, but because the auxiliary units were distracting the enemy, it was okay. And then I have this wall, as you can see. So now it's just a matter of grinding my way through. But it's really easy because I have the capital ships free and they're acting as artillery. Then I wiped out another unit. I'm blocking the unit from retreating. This is not something you see too often because we don't play with ships that much, but ships can block retreat paths. So by turn 9, I've cleared the way. My fighters are constantly de-entrenching, which is helpful. I found a way to keep my Air Force engaged every single turn. That was also very impressive. And for some reason, the artillery attacked me. I'm closing in. This is the point when I thought a decisive might be possible, but I wasn't sure. Because I haven't cleared the other side yet. Then I forced another surrender. And notice how I'm constantly keeping the Air Force engaged. That's really important. I'm trying to destroy that artillery piece. Didn't quite work. So I'm already starting to de-entrench. So I can force that AA gun to surrender. I think there's ways to improve what I did here, but this is still pretty solid. Now I'm doing something risky. I'm going to force a surrender on that infantry unit. So I might be slow, but the 2 artillery can reach these 2 areas, so it works out just fine that I'm a little slow. I attacked that way on purpose. That artillery is mostly suppressed. And I did that so I could force the artillery to surrender, and then I could kill that unit. And now the way is clear. It only took me 11 turns, but finally I'm hitting that part. That was a really terrible roll, but I got lucky on the next attack. I didn't have to reload here. But given that the luck balanced out, I can't complain. So I have a very expensive repair. Once the AA goes, then my Air Force can really get in. So I drained it of ammo so that I didn't take any damage. That unit's really hard to get rid of, but here it was really simple. Then I gotta get rid of the tank. Knowing that that unit would attack, I just offered the auxiliary unit, so that worked out for me. Then I got another surrender. So there's only 3 units left at the end of turn 12. So that pulled the anti-tank out, which was very helpful. Trying to drain the ammo. And de-entrenchment galore. Making sure it's suppressed. And that's all of my de-entrenchment. much prestige did I get for that? Yeah, I got like 50 prestige. Ola Deer grabbed it, and there it is. Total map wipe. And badly damaged Pioneer. Tank. These are fresh tanks, so it's not a big deal they took some damage. 1 damage on the Scout. 1 damage on another Pioneer. On the Farshomagers, but they're getting combat, though. This is good. And artillery was fine. 1 damage on the fighter. So this is really good. So if you're going to do this scenario in the future, you know how to take care of the Air Force and the Navy, and then this area could be improved upon. Until next time, Richard out.